Yes, dear students, today we'll see how to solve a given linear programming problem with the help of graphical method. As we have already discussed, the limitation of graphical method is that it can handle only those linear programming problems which deal with two variables only, that is x1 and x2. So today we'll start linear programming problems with graphical method. And there are several important things which we must remember in order to be able to solve linear programming problems graphically. That I'll show you one by one, and then we'll solve one question together so that you can understand how to solve a linear programming problem. Now, there are certain relevant facts which must be kept into mind while applying the graphical method. The very first thing is the feasible region. This feasible region is also called as the solution region. It is so called because the solution of the given linear programming problem lies within this region. So it is very important to plot this feasible region on the graph. Then another very important thing that you must remember is that if the sign is less than equal to type in the given constraints, remember, in the given constraint, if the sign is of less than equal to type, then the relevant area to be plotted will be towards the origin on the graph, And contrary to it, if the sign in the constraint is greater than equal to type, then the area will be away from the origin. These 2 points are very important, which you must remember. Then we'll see what are the steps for solving a linear programming problem graphically. The very first step is we have to convert all the constraints which are expressed as inequalities into equations, and then we plot them on the graph. Remember it. Whatever constraints are given, we will first convert them into equations, that is equalities, so that they become an equation of a straight line, and we'll plot those lines on the graph. Then second step is we have to locate the feasible or the solution region, and one thing is very important in this regard. You must always remember that the solution region or the feasible region will always lie in the first quadrant. Where both the variables, that is x1 and x2, are positive. Then the third step is find out the corner points of the feasible region. Once the feasible region has been plotted, we have to find the coordinates of the corner points of that feasible region, because these corner points will give us the maximum or minimum value of the given function. And then the last step is put those corner points one by one in the objective function in order to find out the optimum value, which may be maximum or which may be minimum, as the case may be, of the given objective function. So these are the steps, and now we'll actually solve one problem and see how all these points or steps are carried out.